It's Friday, August 22nd. Hurricane Erin churning now north in the Atlantic. Just ahead, how it's affecting Canada's east coast and why it's causing new concerns for firefighters.
From arriving in the hospital to taking him off the machine, 27 hours is unbelievable.
For something that is treatable.
A teenage boy dies after waiting more than 8 hours for treatment at an Oakville hospital. Why the family is now asking for an inquest. After months of not speaking and trade deadlines missed, Prime Minister Mark Carney and U.S. President Donald Trump have now talked. Coming up, what was said and what happens now.
We are essentially just sitting open ducks in a field, waiting for the next steps of the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
And a BC Ostrich farm has now lost its bid to save its birds from a cull order. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your morning, everybody. I'm Lindsey Deluce. Anne-Marie and Kelsey are off today.
And therefore, I'm Teddy Wilson. Good morning, happy Friday, and happy first day of season 10.
Woo!
Hey,
Yeah.
exciting
Congrats,
stuff.
everybody.
Congrats to everybody. Yeah.
Season
Welcome
10.
in. I'm Matt Scooby. Hope your day is off to a good start here this morning on this Friday.
Oh, Friday. And season 10.
And season 10. So much
Does it
happening.
get better than that?
It's together, I know.
Yeah.
Friday and
And the original hosts are not even here.
right? Yeah.
Welcome to season 10.
Surprise!
I know. Welcome to summer. And I left my voice at home, apparently.
Is it a little
Pack that away. I
little
don't know.
wonky this morning?
You were saying too. Like I woke up
was
this
having
morning.
some allergies this morning.
Yeah, listen, I'm not doing the show by myself usually, so let's
let's
get it together. It's Friday.
I know.
We're going to power through for a couple hours.
So
okay?
fun. We've got a great show ahead as well.
We do
Useless to
indeed.
start today.
Yeah, let's turn right to the top news stories we're following for you this morning. And we'll lead this hour with weather. Fire crews in Nova Scotia making some progress on fighting the Long Lake fire, and they're also keeping an eye on Hurricane Erin.
And we are expecting wind shifts and wind increases as the storm passes. So we're expecting wind shifts initially around to the east, then up to the northeast, and then by Sunday, shifting back around to the southwest.
Officials say wind from the hurricane is the concern right now as they try to keep a handle on the flames on the north side of Nova Scotia's largest wildfire. The Long Lake wildfire still out of control, but has not grown in size in a few days. But Hurricane Erin could change that as it brings strong winds to the area today, but no rain. And Hurricane Erin is moving northeast in the Atlantic today with high surf and wind reaching some parts of eastern Canada.
We are concerned about the waves. We're expecting waves to break around 3 to 5 meters along parts of the coast of Nova Scotia and southern Newfoundland on Saturday, and for Nova Scotia on Friday.
The hurricane currently north of Bermuda and well offshore, moving east-northeast. Maritime gale warnings are in effect for areas in the Atlantic, Gulf of St. Lawrence, and Northumberland Strait. Officials are not expecting any storm surge or rain, but say there could be high surf and some coastal erosion. Hurricane Erin has just been downgraded to a Category 1, and Matt will have more details coming up just ahead. Prime Minister Mark Carney and U.S. President Donald Trump have now talked for the first time since failing to reach a trade deal earlier this month.
The assurances in exchange for some kind of movement on the trade front is likely what's going on. But again, it's very tight-lipped at this stage of the game.
Sources in the Prime Minister's office tell CTV News it was Prime Minister Carney who initiated the meeting. In a readout, the conversation between Carney and Trump was described as productive and wide-ranging, talking about trade challenges and long-term peace and security for Ukraine. Carney is also said to have raised the idea of establishing a new economic and security relationship between Canada and the United States. Prime Minister Carney made contact on the same day Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio in person for the first time. Well, a family from Oakville is asking for a coroner's inquest to answer why their 16-year-old son died after waiting overnight in a hospital emergency room for treatment.
From arriving in the hospital to taking him off the machine, 27 hours is unbelievable.
First, I'm thinking it's treatable.
The family says they took Finley Vanderwerk into Oakville Trafalgar Hospital, rushing him in, abandoning their car at the entry to get some help. They say he was triaged at level 2, which means he should have been seen by a doctor within 15 minutes, but he waited for 8 hours. The family was then told he had pneumonia. He was intubated and moved to Sick Kids in Toronto and had a cardiac arrest while they moved him. The family is suing the hospital and staff. The family's claims have not been proven in court. Well, the BC Ostrich Farm says it isn't going to give up after losing its appeal to save its birds from a cull order issued by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
At this moment, our have no emergency stay order, and we are essentially just sitting open ducks in a field, waiting for the next steps of the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
Universal Ostrich Farm in Edgewood appealed the order for a mass cull after an avian flu outbreak killed 69 of the farm's birds in December. The farm says the remaining birds are healthy, but the Federal Court of Appeal says stamping out policy is reasonable and that criteria in this case had been met. Talks between Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers are now being put on hold. Negotiations were scheduled for today, but the Crown Corporation says it needs more time to review this week's offers from the union. Both parties returned to the bargaining table this week after a pause triggered by the Air Canada flight attendants' strike. The union is asking for higher wages while allowing for the addition of weekend delivery and part-time workers. Canada Post and the union will meet again on Monday. Well, while Air Canada flights are getting back up and running, passengers are now sharing their frustrations over trying to get rebooked on another airline.
It felt like at every step of the way, instead of trying to provide a solution, it was, you can have a refund. Please have a refund. And we knew that that was really just a way of them absolving themselves of the responsibility.
David Britton's flight home from Europe was canceled. He found the next available tickets on a United flight from Italy to Kelowna, but says Air Canada declined to book them. The Canadian Transportation Agency's air passenger protection regulations say if an airline cannot rebook you on their airline after a cancellation, a customer may choose a reservation by the next available flight on any carrier. Passenger protection advocates say the airline may have violated federal regulations for financial gain by failing to comply with CTA guidelines. And meanwhile, Air Canada says it will cover out-of-pocket expenses for passengers affected by the strike. This includes hotels, meals, and ground transportation. Passengers can submit receipts through the airline's online customer relations portal. But Air Canada does warn it may take 4 to 6 weeks to reimburse everyone due to the expected high volume of claims. And finally, the city of Edmonton is getting ready for students to return to school in a new way. Today is the last day for people to drop off school supplies in donation boxes around the city. This is part of the city's first ever Stuff a Bus campaign, partnering with the United Way and Staples. You can find donation boxes at any city-run rec center. The campaign hopes to make sure students have everything they need for the new school year.